Okay, let's jump right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. We are looking at a truly fascinating snapshot of the tech industry today, June 1st, 2026. Now, if you've been following the artificial intelligence space over the last few years, you know we've been living in this era of just boundless promotion and endless hype. But today, we're exploring a massive overarching theme, and that's the rapid shift from that promotional honeymoon phase into the cold, hard financial reality of scaling these technologies. Basically, the bill is finally coming due. So here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. First, the end of flat-rate AI pricing. Second, Microsoft's cost reckoning. Third, the trillion-dollar SpaceX test. And finally, some quick hits in the AI world. Let's get to it. Section 1, the end of flat rate. There is a massive paradigm shift happening literally right now in the developer world. As of today, June 1st, GitHub Copilot is dropping what I kind of like to call its flat-rate fiction. We are seeing a huge mechanical shift in how AI is built. Under the old system, you paid a flat monthly fee and got a fixed bucket of premium requests. It was simple, predictable, and honestly a bit of an all-you-can-eat promotional buffet. But the new reality going live today is usage-based token billing. So instead of unlimited access, you are now consuming AI credits based on your actual API token usage. We're talking metered input tokens, output tokens, and even cash tokens. And to put a real number on it for you, one AI credit equals exactly 1 cent. Every interaction is now literally on the meter. This whole psychological shift is captured perfectly by Aaron Rose over at tech-reader.blog. He notes, every metered cloud service goes through this moment, the point where the gym membership becomes the electricity bill. I mean, think about it. With a gym membership, you pay a flat fee whether you go once a month or every single day. But with an electricity bill, leaving the lights on actually costs you real money. AI tools are officially making that transition right now. Let's actually look at the practical math here. According to developer reports that are already surfacing on GitHub's forums, running a single, long agentic coding session using a frontier model across multiple files, that can eat up $30 to $40 in one sitting. For a user on the Pro Plus tier, that means a single complex request could consume roughly 8% of their entire monthly credit allocation in just moments. The days of treating AI compute like this endless free resource, yeah, they are officially over. So how does the subscription math actually shake out for us? Well, the base prices are actually remaining unchanged. Copilot Pro stays at $10 a month, which gets you $10 in credits. Pro Plus stays at $39 for $39 in credits, and Business is $19 per user for $19 in credits. And there is a silver lining here. Basic code completions and next edit suggestions, those remain unlimited and they won't burn through your credits. But anything beyond that, chat, code review, large code base operations, and especially those multi-file agentic workflows we just talked about, those are going to rapidly consume those specific credit limits. Moving right along to Section 2, Microsoft's cost reckoning stage. Tomorrow, June 2nd, the Microsoft Build Conference kicks off in San Francisco. This event is going to serve as the ultimate platform-level reality check for all these new developer costs. Looking at the expectations for Build 2026, the focus is incredibly specific. We're anticipating a major expansion of Agent 365, which is their enterprise control plane for AI agents. We also expect multi-agent support directly inside VS Code, a deep integration of a Windows agent framework at the OS level, and some heavy positioning of Azure AI Foundry. And noticeably absent from the lineup, there's no Windows 12. No new hardware. Microsoft is focusing the entire narrative strictly on developer AI and autonomous agents. But the backdrop to this whole event is, frankly, incredibly complicated. Just this past April, Microsoft actually had to restructure its partnership terms with OpenAI. They loosened their exclusivity after OpenAI signed a massive $50 billion compute deal with Amazon. Add to that the fact that Microsoft has been actively redesigning its enterprise Copilot due to some user backlash, and you can see that the pressure is absolutely on them right now. So the crucial point is really captured in this one question. Is agentic AI actually worth the token cost? Tomorrow, Satya Nadella is going to be up on stage pitching autonomous agents as this brilliant future of developer productivity. But he has to do this while his audience of developers is simultaneously staring down a steep, brand new billing reality that just activated today. It's a genuinely awkward juxtaposition. Can Microsoft provide a credible ROI framing that answers the cost question, or are they just going to defer it? That is exactly what we need to watch for. All right, Section 3, the trillion-dollar SpaceX test. Let's take a step back for a second and look at the macro reality of the broader tech market.
This Wednesday, June 4th, kicks off the highly anticipated SpaceX IPO roadshow. And if you look at their public S-1 filing, the numbers are just staggering. For fiscal year 2025, SpaceX reported $15.8 billion in revenue. And, for the first time publicly confirmed, a net income of $2.1 billion, driven largely by Starlink. But look at that bottom row. The initial valuation target is $1.75 trillion. If successful, this is going to be the largest IPO in history by a massive, massive margin.
How do you even begin to justify a number like that? Well, it actually comes down to scale and operational success. Starship officially achieved operational status in late 2025 after completing 6 successful orbital missions. On top of that, their filing revealed the sheer scale of their data center footprint and infrastructure build-out. It's this wild combination of space operational dominance and massive data infrastructure that they're betting will convince institutional investors.
So here's how this historic moment is going to play out. The S-1 was filed publicly on May 20th. The IPO roadshow begins this Wednesday, June 4th, running through the 20th, with an expected NASDAQ listing in late June under the ticker SPCX. And why does this matter to the rest of the market? Because pricing this IPO successfully will establish the absolute ceiling for what public markets are willing to absorb in the broader $3.7 trillion tech IPO wave that's building toward the end of the year.
And finally, Section 4, Quick Hits. Let's do a rapid-fire rundown of the other news in the AI landscape today. Here are the quick hits you need to know. First, Anthropic just released Opus 4.8 to all customers. Over at Apple, WWDC is exactly 1 week away, and they've just registered the geni.apple.com subdomain. That's the very first time they are officially using the Geni label. Meanwhile, OpenAI filed a confidential S1 targeting a September listing. And finally, a massive stat. Chinese models like DeepSeek and QN are now handling 61% of global developer API traffic on OpenRouter. This landscape is shifting incredibly fast. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. We've seen developers getting hit with real, metered token bills today. We're watching Microsoft try to balance the promise of AI agents with the steep cost to actually run them. And we are about to see if public markets will swallow a $1.75 trillion valuation for SpaceX. The ultimate question you should take away from all of this is, will these massive tech and infrastructure narratives survive the harsh scrutiny of public market due diligence and actual unsubsidized operational costs? The promotional phase is over, folks. The reality check is here. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.